Hello, dear folks. First of all, a very happy new year to everyone all across the globe. Let me introduce myself. This is Devarun Chakraborty, also known as Baban. I'm the youth coordinator of SMILENGO, and today I'm going to discuss about our strategies and goals for the upcoming years. Before going into the presentation, let us go through the contents. At first, we are going to give you a brief review of the year 2020 and our take on it. Next, we'll talk about the strategies undertaken by us and finally the goals we have for the upcoming years. So let's go through the 2020 review. We all know how catastrophic the year 2020 was. Now it's time to brush off all our failures and rise above. Just like any other organization, at this moment we are also facing tremendous financial backlash and just can't wait to get things back on track. Irrespective of so much problem, we still didn't lost our hopes and are waiting for the good fortune. Now, the things that worked for us this year. First to discuss is the online fundraising campaigns. We are very fortunate to have our local and ex-volunteers who kept on contributing their bit for the sake of the welfare of the organization. Next, post-Amphan, which is a tropical cyclone. In West Bengal, we also faced a huge blow when the tropical cyclone named Amphan hit us and destroyed many adjoining areas. Poor village dwellers faced many hardships and were absolutely hopeless. Through our online fundraising campaigns, we were able to support by providing them with adequate food and clothing. Next, let's talk about pets and the pandemic. During this pandemic, there was a rumor rising in the hearts of common people that pets might be carriers to COVID-19 virus. But there was no scientific evidence for it. Many people refrained from keeping their pets and wanted to leave them outside. At that moment, we came up and brought those left out pets at our very residence and took good care until the situation got better. Next to talk about is one of our climate change projects named Organic Farming Project. We started this project from the mid of 2019, which helped us growing fresh organic vegetables at our rooftop. We even taught local people how to generate source of income from it. This project is very important, which can reduce the greenhouse gas emission. Now, let's talk about something related to this COVID-19. Who would have thought that one day we need to wear masks and use sanitizers every time we move outside? Well, the time has come to do the same for the sake of survival. But it needs enough supplies, isn't it? And the best way to make it possible is by making masks and sanitizers by ourselves. In 2020, the entire SMILE team devoted their time for preparing masks and sanitizer and their distribution in the community. We even distributed food and clothes among the poor village dwellers. Now, let's talk about some of the negatives. Things that did not work for us. As you can see, we had unavailability of international volunteers. Children were not having any smartphones, because of which we couldn't continue their studies. Internet facility was not enough. Funding was unavailable as per requirement. Long-term projects were closed for months. And cancellation of all international work camps. Now let's take you through the corona statistics. Here we have the updated status of India as on 19th of Jan 2021. As you can see, currently we have over 200,000 active coronavirus cases and over 10 million recovery cases all over India. But most importantly, we are proud to announce that India's vaccine rollout drive has already begun and we are waiting for positive results. Okay, now let's talk about the strategies we have undertaken for the upcoming years. The first strategy is to create new and attractive projects and improving the older ones. Take a look at some of our existing and new projects. The second strategy is to influence more youths to join and collaborate with us. We all know that youths are the power of today's world, and we are proud of them. It's really crucial to have youths for the betterment of our society. We focus on influencing more of them to engage for good causes and be a part of the big change the world requires. The third strategy is to promote virtual work camps and workshops. Take a look at this infographic. Here we have the details of our upcoming virtual work camps and workshops. The first one is the yoga and meditation workshop. This occurs every month from 1 to 10th and 16 to 26th. The environmental and recycling workshop, it occurs every month 2 to 12th and 18 to 28th. And the cultural exchange workshop, which occurs every month from 3 to 12th and 19 to 28th. The participation fees is kept at a very nominal rate, which is $10 per camp. Here we have the payment details and the email address for your contact. Now, why do we require to promote this virtual work camps and workshop? Because it has become the new normal due to this global pandemic where physical distancing is very important for the sake of our survival. Virtual workshops can be an engaging way to learn new things and grow oneself. We at SMILE focus on making interesting and attractive virtual programs for the enjoyment of volunteers. Fourth strategy is to promote virtual education among destitute children. Now, this is one of the most challenging strategies. Take a look at this report. The COVID-19 has changed education forever, and rightly so. It has resulted in school shutdown all across the world. Globally, over 1.2 billion children are out of classroom and are continuing their studies at home on e-platform. Now, these e-platforms are only accessible to the privileged sections of our society, while for the underprivileged, it still remains a dream. This is a huge challenge which haunts the future of these children. We at SMILE focus on providing online teaching to these children through virtual mode. But this requires at least a smartphone and uninterrupted internet connection for each of them, which is an expensive affair. But we are trying our level best to make this dream come into reality. But we need your support. We need members as well as participating volunteers to give their time, their value, and their commitment to make this dream come into reality. Now let's talk about the goals we have for the upcoming year. The first goal, and probably the most important one, is to inculcate healthy lifestyle measures among volunteers and community. This requires us making mask and sanitizer preparation and distribution in the community. We require regular body temperature and oxygen saturation level checkups. Secondly, we require vocational training in the community. Vocational training can be done through organic farming, which we already have, and mask and sanitizer preparation. Thirdly, there is a hunger removal camp. It is one of the SDGs and is very important. We need to organize weekly food distribution campaigns, and the concept of waste food bank must be incorporated. But this is one such concept that requires huge funding and maintenance. Fourthly, we have the smartphone donation camp, as we mentioned earlier, donating smartphones among children to continue with their education. And finally, the SDGs. As we all know that SMILE has been working in most of the SDGs. Out of the 17 globally renowned SDGs, we actively work on nearly 12 of them and focus to work more in the upcoming years. Now, here are the upcoming project links. Here we have the SMILE's MLTV 2021 details. You can just click the links. Feel free to click on the links and get to the Google Drive where you can find all the details. We have also the International Work Camp and Group Camp 2021 details. You can feel free to just go through them. And here is our contact details. We have all our websites, the social media, and the blogs. And finally, it's namaste from all of us. Hope you liked this video. Thank you.